Hi friends, I am Ritun. I am going to read a story about the Enchanted Charms. This story is written by the Jeronimos written writer. These are the characters in the story. Today I am going to read a title called I Love Summer in the City. It was a stunning summer night in New Mouse City. The sun was setting, turning the sky a fabulous shade of pink. Oh, how I love summer in the city. I was hurrying home after a long day at work, and excuse me, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Chiliton, Jeronimo Chiliton, and I run the Rodden's Gazette, the most popular newspaper on Mouse Island. Anyway, that there was I. Oh yes, that evening I was walking home, feeling peaceful and happy. I decided to treat myself to some ice cream. Lucky for me, my favorite ice cream parlor, Tutti Frutti, was on my way. When I arrived, I looked at the country. Hello, cheese, so many flavors. There were at least 30 different flavors of ice cream. The owner, Lickety Splits, greeted me. Hi, Mr. Stilton. I just read your new Kingdom of Fantasy book. The Search of Treasure. I loved it. I love books with knights and princes and gnomes and dragons and etc. I was glad Lekati liked my book, but I have to admit I was having a trouble paying attention to him. How could I concentrate with all that ice cream starting me in the snot? Still, Legedy didn't seem to notice. When will you be writing your next fantasy book, Mr. Slayton? He bumbled. And tell me, where do you get your ideas for these books? That got my attention. How do I explain the kingdom of fantasy? Well, the truth is that each these books comes from a real adventure I began. Rickety eyes wondered. You mean that you actually been to that place? He squeaked. I coughed. I knew it wouldn't be easy to explain, but I tried. Yes, I really go there, but in dreams. That is while I am dreaming. You see, I'm sleeping, but then I am dreaming about the adventure, so I mumbled. Lekete looked at me strangely. So then you don't get there my plane or train or bus or anything. You just go to sleep, he squeaked. He maybe I could go to the kingdom of fantasy too. I nodded. I'm sure. I guess so. I answered to the honesty. I wasn't really sure how I first ended up in the kingdom of fantasy. It all started when I found a jewelry box in my attic, and then I guess I fell asleep because I had the windless dreams. Of course, I don't dream about the kingdom of fantasy every time I go to sleep. Sometimes I just thought of happiness. Remember then you met a dragon of the rainbow and the time you went to the chocolate castle like it is said. I smiled remembering I was still thinking about my exciting adventures that when a voice behind my grumbled, Hey you, what's talking so long? Pick a flavor and move on. I turned around, realized There was a long, long line to rodents behind me. Everyone huffed impatiently. Hurry up! This isn't brown sugary any day now. Oh, how embarrassing. I was just about to choose any old label when I felt someone tugging. On my jacket, it was a small mouse rat holding her mama's paw. Are you Mr. Jeremy Strickland, the author of the books about the kingdom of fantasy? They are my favorite. When are you writing the next one? She squeaked. Well, I'm starting. How everyone was really staring at me. An old rodent with a long handbar mustache tapped me on the shoulder. Congratulations, young mouse. I reading your fantasy books to my grandchildren. They are so much fun. By the way, when are you writing the next Kingdom of Fantasy book? I didn't have time to respond before a lady mouse showed a piece of paper under my nose. It didn't like your autograph, please. And I wrote to Scamper from Jeremy Mosterton. My son will be so happy. By the way, when are you writing your next adventure? A crowd began to gather around me. It seemed everyone had forgotten about the ice cream. Now they just wanted to know one thing. When was I writing the next Kingdom of Fantasy book? Well, I started. Lucky for me, Lucky's Bliss came to my rescue. He handed me a humongous ice cream cone with a billion different flavors. I was recognized flavor team of them. Here, hoping that you will write a new Fabosing fantasy book really soon. He squashed. I think everyone and dug into my ice cream. The next part will be in the next episode. If you have any doubts, you can give in comments. I will respond you. Tata, bye bye.